What's up, rock stars? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with the 62nd installment of Black Girls on Television, Part 1. Yes, I'm breaking up the videos today, you guys. Don't ask questions. Just watch Scandal and then click on the next video for the How to Get Away with Murder, okay? So, Scandal, let's get to it, shall we? Alright, you guys, so Scandal was focused on one person this week, and that is Fitzgerald Grant. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not, but actually it turned out to be a pretty good episode. Okay, so we see Fitz, he is in his home in Vermont. He don't know what to do with himself, okay? First things first, though, fire this huge staff that's supposed to cater to his every whim. He wants to learn how to live on his own, take care of himself. And he's loving it. He's cooking his own foods. He's going jogging without all the security team, okay? He's reading the paper. Even going grocery shopping, okay? Has to remember to activate his debit card, okay? He's looking at the machine like, what strange vehicle is this? It was cute. I guess after a few days, you know, you realize that you got to get something done, okay? You can't just sit up there wasting your life away. So he gives a call to old Marcus and tells Marcus, hey, got something I want to work on. Give me a call when you can. Where's Marcus? Marcus is in Cuba. Marcus is having a good time with one of the girls out there in Cuba. You know, late night trysts, daytime laying around the pool, living the life as well. Okay, but he gets a call from Fitz. He realizes it himself that he can't be just up there fucking around with Cuban girls for the rest of his life. So it's time to get back to business. He gets to Vermont, and him and Fitz are working on some things. The main focus right now is a museum/library that they are going to have for Fitzgerald Grant, and it will be all his memorabilia and whatnots. They're real proud of this. They can even go jog by the site where it's going to be. And yeah, they're slated to do some big things. Back at Fitz's cabin, you know, they're discussing the ambitious taking on of this education bill that Melly and Olivia is planning on doing. It is going to be very hard, okay? Fitz says it's going to be rough, but enough about that, okay? Let's talk about this museum. They need people to donate, so, you know, they're scheduling dinners with, you know, the movers and shakers in Vermont, I assume. And let's talk about the issue of Olivia. What are we going to do about her? What do you mean, what are we going to do about her? Well, is she going to be in your library or not? Okay, she was a big part of your entire presidency, okay? I mean, hell, when you left, she gave you a big kiss right there on the lawn before you got on the helicopter, okay? Everybody wants to see her there, you know, Fitz, because he's full of ego, you know. Olivia did not define my presidency. Yes, she did. You know it. Marcus knows that. Stop it, Fitz. He asked Marcus, did his whole presidency come down to, you know, him loving a woman? Yep, that's about it. And not your wife woman. Fitz is like, well, that's a sobering thought. You know what? Let's go to a bar. Marcus was like, well, it's not really on your agenda, not really on your calendar. We got to do some setting up and security and all that. He was like, fine, go on and do whatever you got to do, but let's go to the bar. Let's go get us a drink. So the two of them go to the bar, and they're playing pool. For the most part, Marcus is good for Fitz, okay? He keeps him abreast on issues that otherwise would go over Fitz's head. And while they're out and looking at TV, they see a kid, I'm sure who was modeled after the Black Lives Matter gentleman. What's the young guy's name with the blue vest? That the one that thought that the Planet of the Apes was after him. In Scandal, they have a kid that is modeled after this Black Lives Matter kid, I'm sure. He wears a blue puffy jacket, not the vest. But anyway, this kid is trying to make a difference. He wants a Confederate soldier statue taken down from some government building up in Washington, and he is, you know, he's vowed that he's going to sit in front of this statue, and it is winter time, so it is very cold up east. They're watching that on TV. I think Marcus even sees himself in the young man, okay, trying to make a difference. But like I said, they seem like they will be a good team, okay? Enough about all of that, though. Have you talked to Melly? Marcus was like, oh no, I'm not fixing to sit up here and talk to the ex-husband about my ex-girlfriend who is also your ex-wife. We're not doing that. All I will say is that she's an amazing person and she is going to be a great president. Anything else, we don't need the distraction, okay? The two of them kind of come to the realization at the same time that both of their women is in power. Probably ain't even thinking about them out there in Washington, D.C. You know, it's a sad feeling for both of them. Again, because of Fitz's ego. He says, you know what? Olivia will be in the museum, library, whatever you want to call it, but she's only going to be in there as a person that ran my campaign and, you know, affected me as far as me trying to get voted in. Other than that, nothing else, okay? Cyrus as well. She does not define his presidency. Okay, Fitz. So back to the library talk. Gotta get this wet. Fitz is preparing for a dinner that he is going to have with some constituents. Again, Marcus can't get his mind off of this kid that's trying to, you know, make the difference, pull that statue down. He even tells Fitz, well, if we really want to do something big, maybe we can help that kid. And Fitz is like, no, it's too divisive, too complicated. Marcus was like, complicated? Yeah, we ain't doing that right now, okay? Let me work on these people and get this damn money. So he goes to dinner with these constituents, and, you know, Fitz, he's working the room. He is telling them stories, you know. He's making everybody comfortable. He's laughing, talking about somebody named Bubba. All types of anecdotal type stories, and, you know, Marcus is just sitting there like, ugh. But you got to do what you got to do to get to this money, right? Afterwards, they're sitting around, you know, Fitz and I guess maybe some of the bigger money makers of the group. And Marcus smoking a cigar that Marcus brought back from Cuba. And the gentleman is like, oh, this is really good. And Fitz says, well, we got Marcus to thank for that. He brought him back from Cuba. And then the man says something very, you know, condescending to Marcus, like muchas gracias Pedro or something like that. He didn't say Pedro, but it was something that Marcus looked at him like, excuse me, motherfucker. Okay, looks over at Fitz like, what? And Fitz was just like, grin and bear it. Anyway, they're talking. When the gentleman is ready to go, Fitz was like, oh, you can't leave. I can't let you leave without, you know, writing that check for me. Let's not forget why we're here. And the guy goes, okay, well, you know what? I need another drink. And so then Fitz was like, hey, Marcus, yeah, get on over there and fetch us some Louis 15 or whatever the fuck he was telling them that he needed to get in. Marcus was like, excuse me, what the fuck am I? Oh, you want to be independent? Go get it your damn self. And then that's when the constituent looks at Fitz like, oh, you niggas out of pocket. And Fitz was just like, oh, okay, well, you're right. Let me go get it myself. He give Marcus a look like, we gonna talk later. So after they get back to the room and back to their cabin, or Fitz's cabin, Fitz was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And Marcus was just like, I don't know who hell you think that I am. And I'm not going around picking up drinks for you so that you can give it to, you know, semi-racist, condescending assholes. No, we're not doing that. And Fitz was just like, what? Why are you so upset? Why are you this angry person? Nobody is out to get you. And Marcus was just like, oh, you just look at me as an angry black person. You're an entitled narcissist. You say you've done all this shit for the country, but you ain't really done nothing. And Fitz was like, I've sacrificed. And he was like, really, what have you sacrificed? The reason why you're the president is because of a black woman named Olivia Pope. She's the one that put you in the presidency. Nothing else. And while you sit off here in your glory times and, you know, puffing on your fingers and running them across your chest, Olivia still will be looked at as the harlot that slept with the president. That's a blemish on her record, but she's going to be the one to have to pay for it and not you. Fitz was like, you got your damn nerves. You say you want to be this big time activist and you say you want to make all these differences, but you know what? You want to be on the hill. You want to be in power. You want to play the game just like the rest of us. Okay, hell, you supposed to be trying to do all this Black Lives Matter for everybody, but you up in Cuba fucking on some girl at the pool. So, what does that make you? These two have definitely read each other. Both of them are probably right about the other, and yeah, it's a tense situation. Fitz calls him a coward. Marcus said, what you say? I said, you're a fucking coward. You gonna say that again to my face? There's gonna be some gospel singing and flower bringing. Okay, so he's up in Fitz's face, and Fitz doesn't say anything else. And then he says, get out of my house, coward. And why did he say that, y'all? Marcus turned around, he said, what you say? And Fitz, you know, the best way to get the one up on somebody is hit their damn ass first. Okay, so he swing and hit Marcus in the face, and Marcus is kind of shocked. So then Marcus hit Fitz back. Okay, and the next thing you know, they are in a full-out fight, tussle, flipped off the bed onto the ground. Okay, and they getting with each other pretty good. You know, security got to come in and break them up. And Marcus was like, fuck this. Don't need this job. So he leaves the house. And he goes and he calls Millie. Now, Millie is in Washington, D.C. She's fully entrenched in being a president. She ain't thinking about Marcus right now. It's the middle of the night. I think it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, she said. And he calls. All right. She gets the call and she's just like, it's kind of late. You know what? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. You know, like, what's going on? And Marcus is like, I'm over this motherfucker. I am going to quit. Okay. I can't take it. All right. And she was just like, oh. there comes the moment when everybody realizes that Fitz is the asshole. She was like, listen, you just in phase 2. Phase 1 is all Fitz is great. You know, you see that he wants to do great things, and, you know, he's very inspired, and people around him are inspired by him. Then you get to phase 2, and you realize that even though he may be inspirational and whatnots, he is a spoiled brat. He's entitled. He's had everything handed to him. He doesn't realize the hard work that it takes to deal with his ass. And sorry to say that phase does last a long time. But there's light at the end of the tunnel, because once you get to the 3rd phase of Fitz, you realize that he's a good person, that he means well, and he's challenging and he's complicated and all of that, but he is the golden ticket to whatever change that you need, okay? People listen to Fitz. People want to do what Fitz wants to do. So it's good to keep him in your good graces, even though he gets on your fucking nerves. And I was like, that's good advice. I mean, Fitz, even though he gets on our nerves, and he definitely is a narcissist, and he definitely is entitled, I think that he doesn't do it on purpose. He doesn't realize it until somebody points it out, and then he does try to make whatever changes that is necessary. So, you know, Fitz is, there's a lot of little sections to Fitz. But anyway, she tells him, just stick it out, Marcus. You're gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right, okay? And then when they're about to get off the phone, you know, they just sit on the phone together, and like, I was just like, oh, y'all, I tell you, it kind of brought back memories of the first season of Scandal when Fitz and Olivia's their love, actually the 2nd season, where it was just super heavy and it just made you feel like, oh, these two just really want to be together. That was kind of how I felt with Marcus and Melly. That was the first time that I've ever felt that kind of something between the two of them. But they don't say what they need to say because it doesn't need to be said. Instead, she just tells him thanks for calling, and he gets off the phone. Back at Fitz's, you know, he is in his room. He's looking at his shiner that he got from Marcus, and then he goes into the next room, and he sees, oh, Papa Pope sitting there. I said, oh, Papa Pope sitting on the damn floor. He got this gun. I forgot to tell you about this gun. It's not super significant, but we'll talk about the gun a little bit later. Anyway, he has one of Fitz's guns in his hand, and Fitz is looking like, oh shit. Now I know you ain't here to kill me, and he was just like, nope, if I wanted to kill you, I'd have been killed your ass. Okay, no, I'm fine. I just saw the gun, you know, just was looking at it. So anyway, what do I owe your presence, old Mr. Pope? And you know what? Papa Pope is very stressed out. Okay, he's worried about his dear Olivia. She's not the same Olivia that she was before. She is now Command. Fitz was like, she's Command? I don't believe it. Yes, she's Command. She stole it right up from underneath you. And Command has got Liv acting a fool out there, and we got to do something to bring my girl back. Okay, I don't even have the power to do anything anymore, but you know what? She's about to cross over to the dark side. Okay, and I need your help. I mean, he is like frantic, tears in the eyes and everything. I was just like, oh, what is this? Like, I'm not really sure if I'm used to Papa Pope. Like, it was really something that I had to deal with, because I was just like, is all his power stripped away like that? Like, it's just a hard thought to, I mean, you would think that, you know, somebody would still have connections somewhere, still be able to do some things, and have still some loyalty, you know, amongst his old comrades or something. I was just like, oh, child. You know, so Fitz is just like, listen, she's in Washington, she's doing what she got to do. She's going to change B613, okay? She's not going to be the evil, conniving, okay, murderess. And he was like, you don't know that, okay? Olivia killed Luna Vargas the day of the fucking inauguration. So, you know, I'm sure you think that, but Olivia's a different person. I need your help. Please help. And you got to do it quickly because we don't have a lot of time. So Fitz is thinking about it. And at the same time, Marcus comes back and, hey, long story short, they hash it out, okay? You know what? We just need to get to know each other a little bit better, okay? Not be quite so defensive with each other, and be willing to help each other through whatever ignorances that we might have, okay? So they're going to figure it out. Speaking of the gun, what is the significance of this gun? Well, it seems that Cyrus told him that when he retired and you know, not retired, when he's not the president anymore and he's off by himself and not important and nobody cares, you know, take that gun and shoot yourself in the head. Marcus is like, you're not about to do that, are you? No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, because we got work to do. First order of business, once these 100 days pass, we got to get back to Washington, D.C. Okay, got to get to Olivia Pope. Is Olivia Pope just my world or everybody's world? Well, definitely the center of your world. As far as Washington and DC is concerned, I guess everybody up their world as well. Marcus wants to know answers about, you know, going back and having to talk to Olivia and all of that. He's like, you know, if this was like that, ain't what you want. Trust me, it's a whole lot going on. You don't need to know the answers. You probably wouldn't like them anyway. But we're going to get back over there. Hey, I got an idea while we out there. Okay, Marcus is all in. Next we see they're in Washington, and they go visit the kid that's sitting out in front of the statue. Okay, the kid is out there shivering. He looked like he got icicles hanging from his face. The poor boy looked cold as hell. Okay, and when the president and Marcus pull up in their whole, you know, all the cars, the what do they call it? Not the barricade, whatever it is. Oh, child, I can't even think of the word. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Fitz goes up to the kid, and you know, all the cameras are around, and he's just telling the kid, you know, you got to stick in there. You got to hang in there. You know, and the kid's like, you know what, I'm just about to, you know, throw in the towel. Nobody's listening. Nobody cares. And Fitz was just like, hey, I'm here now. You best believe they gonna care. Don't give up, young man. All right, you stay out here. You fight the good fight. And he gives the kid new gloves. Don't you worry none. Okay, they even take a selfie for the kid's Instagram. I mean, damn it. You got the president of the United States right there with you. You have to do it for the gram, right? And of course, it makes the news, and immediately things start to happen. And long story short, the statue comes down. Okay, they put the statue around his neck like a noose, pulls him down. Everybody's excited. The kid, Black Lives Matter, the blue jacket kid, you know, he is at the head of it, and he's very happy, you know, that he was able to make it happen. And after that, now that Fitz has done his job helping some people out, he got to go talk to his girl Olivia. And this is where the show ended last week, and where it is also ending this week. He is in the hallway going to her home, and she's not there, of course, because she's on the elevator with the reporter. As soon as the elevator door opens and the reporter sees Fitz, and then Fitz sees Olivia kissing, you know, and she's all shocked with all the emotion all over his face, and he says, hey, it was a good episode, actually. I thought I didn't want to see Fitz for a whole hour, but actually I enjoyed it. What did you guys think? All right, you guys, so that's it for part one. I know y'all sick of me. Anyway, you guys, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm Miss Rocks. The channel is Sports Rocks. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.